Hello, friends. Thank you for sharing a portion of your Saturday morning with me. I am here again, Ramona, your tech detective, and today I want to talk a little bit about Flodesk. Flodesk is an email service provider that I am finding quite delightful. Now, I wasn't going to do the email service provider part in this series of live streams. I was going to stay in Canva and show you how easy it is to build a website over there. But I noticed in a certain group, Facebook group, that there was some confusion with people using a couple of other email service providers, and they were getting stuck and confused, and they just had a lot of overwhelm. So I thought I would go ahead and do this demonstration on Flodesk because I am finding it quite delightful. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your email list building effortless. Our agenda will be, we're going to look over the account setup, which is easy as pie. We're then going to take a dashboard tour. You're going to be amazed at how clean this dashboard is. Then we'll play around with setting up an email. And finally, I'll show you how you can get your audience set up to grow your audience with some segments and whatnot. So let me get here. All right. Once you log into Flodesk, this is your canvas, let's say. It is as minimal things come. It's clean. It says we're waiting for your next masterpiece. Isn't that cute? First things first is you would go over here. This is your account setup. You're going to have a little circle with either your logo. You'll set up your logo later, but right now it just has the first initial of this fake person's email. So your account overview is going to be just like any other account setup. You got your email. You can get a custom handle like I would want to use Inspired Creatives, and then it would be .myflodesk.com. You can set up your time zone. Your password is already in there. That's just like any other application that you've used. You can have some team members. I have 3 on mine because I have the upper tier with the checkout. Otherwise, it'll just be, you can invite email members, but I don't think you have that many. This is not an email service. This is not, I should say, a CRM, customer relationship management system, full blown for sales teams and outdoor sales people, and where you would have round robins and all that good stuff. Those applications are such like HubSpot and Infusionsoft, if that's what it's still called, and Salesforce. Those are for the big boys. But these are for us mere mortals. That's what Flodesk is for, and I think you're just going to be delighted. So first off, you're going to go, again, everybody wants your email verified, so you just go to your email, click the link, and then this will all become green. I do want to spend a moment on your domain setup. This was one of the most pleasant things I have discovered in Flodesk straight away. So easy, did not expect it. Consider it an Easter egg, a little gem, thanks to Taylor Swift. We all know what Easter eggs are now. Traditionally, they were privy to developers who would put Easter eggs in their applications, and Adobe was very famous for it. And it would be like a race to find out where's the Easter egg. Anyway, just consider it a little gem, and it's just so dang easy. So this is extremely important. This is probably the most important thing you can do to ensure that your emails are going to land in your recipient's inbox and not their spam. Now, this is another email. It's just our creative zone. That's an email that my family has. That's a domain name that my family has. So you just put in your domain name. You're going to click this button. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want that to, I just want to keep that domain where it is. But I'm going to let you know you've got these three really weird acronyms here. And I'm going to explain to you what they are. And I assure you that after I give you the definitions, you're not going to understand any more than you did before. But it's not important. The thing is, Flodesk does this all for you. This alone, my dear, is worth the price of admission. This alone. So, first off, for deliverability, you've got to get your DKIM together. It's a domain keys identified mail. It adds a digital signature to emails to prove they weren't altered in transit. Very important. Your SPF is not sunscreen, but it is a sender policy framework. It verifies that the mail server sending the email is allowed to send on behalf of your domain. Again, custom domain, very, very important. DMARC, domain based message authentication, reporting, and conformance. Uses SPF and DKIM results to tell receiving servers how to handle emails that fail authentication, e.g., reject or quarantine. Yes, my dear, this is extremely important, and this is how you will guarantee. This is how you're going to get your emails in the right inbox. So, what was surprising to me is once you click this button, you're going to just go a couple of steps. You're never going to really leave Flodesk, and everything's going to be set up, and it's going to look like this. Everything turns green when you know that it's set up correctly. Now, Flodesk does give you the option to do this manually. Now I will show you what entails when they say manually. When I say manual, I do mean manual. There are a lot of steps to go through. You have to go back to your domain where you bought your domain, say Namecheap or SiteGround or GoDaddy. You're going to have to go over there. You're going to have to dig around and find what is normally called a DNS zone, possibly on some servers, and other places call it custom DNS. DNS standing for domain name servers. You got to get really into the guts of these things, and you're going to create a CNAME. You got to copy these two values here. You're going to have to come back, get this other CNAME, copy these values, go over to wherever your domain is, and then there's a text. Again, copy these two. You're going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you should put one of these in the wrong place, or mess up the copying, you are going to have a problem with your whole entire website. You can bring it down because these things are very, very important. Flodesk has done everything for us. I could not believe it. I was just like, what a gem. What a gem. This is so easy to do. You don't have to know what you're doing. And that's the great thing. So once you do this, it is going to make your emails a lot more reliable. And I will go back. I'm not going to go back up to email setup, but I want to do a fair amount of warning because I don't know that everybody is fully aware that when you are sending emails out through an email service provider, you need a custom email, a professional email. You need an email. If your domain name is abc.com. You need an email that says Ramona at abc.com. That's the email you need. It needs to match your domain. If you have some of the free emails like Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail, I have a client that still uses Hotmail, so I will include that. If you use those, you can have a problem. The email gods are going to think you're spamming people, going to think you're a robot or something, but they're not going to take you seriously, and they're going to put you straight into spam. So if you're using, a lot of people use, like I have one that is geekgalfriday@gmail.com. If you have that your domain and then at gmail.com, get rid of it. You've got to have that professional custom domain in your email. So that being said, I really do preach that, because some people think they can get away with those gmail.coms and those yahoo.coms and those, God forbid, hotmail.coms. Don't use them. Don't use them. You're never going to get anywhere. So that being said, I would still say this was just the most pleasant thing to see, that it was so easy. Now I have a checkout. That's, you don't have to get checkout, but I did, and it's just simply you're going to need to set up your Stripe, which has not been done because this is a play site. Oh, this is my site. Okay. The other site is Play. So very branding, very easy. You're going to put your logo. You're going to get your brand colors, brand fonts. If you do have some fonts that you really, really need to use, but I'm going to kind of a lecture again on using custom fonts, and I'm not going to go too deeply into that, but just be forewarned that if you put a lot of custom fonts in your emails, your recipient is only going to see the text rendered in whatever system fonts they have on their computer. So you can spend a lot of time, with your custom fonts and making it real pretty, but the recipient is not always going to see that. Now, Flodesk does do something with custom fonts, but I'll get to that in a moment. But you're welcome. Your colors and your fonts will be available all throughout the app. Of course, you're going to put your company details. You do have to have a address. That's the law. I can't remember what can spam or something. I can't remember what that law is. But anyway, you got to have an email. This is a Staples. This is from Staples email, and iPostal 1 or something. Then you have your traditional social links. You're going to put those up, and Flodesk branding. One thing about Flodesk is you can turn it off if you're paying, but they put your affiliate code down there. They put your affiliate link down there, so you get a little cash. Some don't do that. It's not your affiliate that when you see Kit or you see MailChimp or something, they're not using your affiliate. So I'd keep that turned on. If you want to turn it off, that's fine. Some people are really hopped up. They don't want people to know where they're sending from. So we've got the branding, the opt-in setup. Like I said, this again, I feel this is much easier than most email service providers, because these are considered the system emails, and sometimes you cannot find them. A lot of ESPs make it a little bit difficult to find, and they make it even harder to customize your system emails. Looking at Kajabi, and I'll tell you a little anecdotal story in a moment. But I got to get on the preacher side again. Double opt-in. This is the hill I will die on. Just use it. I don't care how many gurus, thought leaders out there say use single opt-in. Just use double opt-in. All right? You're going to get a cleaner email list. You're going to avoid the spam and the bots. It just makes sense, people. Please trust me on this. But if you don't want to use double opt-in, go ahead, but your email list isn't going to be that clean. So anywho, I'm sorry, but again, Flodesk makes it so easy to customize this. You just click here to go edit, and you got, thanks for making room in your inbox. Make it real friendly. Confirm my email. Anything you want to edit, you just click on, uh, highlight that, and you're going to change your text and whatnot. But super simple, super simple. Doesn't even really need to be explained, actually. And then you've got this one, your thank you, which is after they click on their double opt-in email. You're in. I'm so thankful to be sharing a space in your inbox, blah, blah, blah. You can make it very, very friendly. And I like that. I think I'm going to even change you're in. That's what they had, and I just kept it there. But I may change it to something a little more original. But these are Flodesk puts them out here front and center so you can find them. Super, super easy. There's a thank you page, and your preferences page is, I do like that they have the preferences page. It's not going to make much sense for me because I don't have a lot of different lead magnets, and I don't have a lot of automations going on right now. But it will, instead of unsubscribing from your entire list, people may only want to unsubscribe from your newsletter, but still get other emails from you. So that is there. They make it easy. You can update your preferences to see what you have. Like I say, I don't have anything set up, so we're not going to go there. But trust me, it's easy. If it's right there, it's easy. A lot of, I know back in the day, Infusionsoft made it extremely hard. I used to be an Infusionsoft, what was it called? Certified partner. And that bad boy was difficult. Everything seems easy after Infusionsoft. Integrations, I was happily surprised that they do have a lot of integrations. Depending, I'm not sure if I would use Instagram in an email, your Instagram, pull in a few of your Instagram posts, because they're going to be considered images. And I'm not sure that if you're trying to get your recipient to do something, that you want them to go out to your Instagram and then never come back. They're probably going to look at everybody else out there. But it's there if you want to use it. And there could be, instances that it would make a lot of sense. Shopify is real nice. Because once you get a customer over on Shopify, Shopify does not really have a lot of emails, follow-up emails. I think they have a confirmation and maybe one more email. I'm not sure. But this way, you've got everybody in your email list, and you can do your follow-ups. You can do your workflows, or otherwise automations. It makes it very nice. Canva is new, they say, and be aware that this is only a one-way thing. Canva is integrating with a heck of a lot of email service providers and other applications now, but it's only one way. You're only able to pick up a design that you have created in Canva and then bring it into your emails. Bring a image into your email. So if you've got a design over there, you can use it in your Flodesk emails. And that opens things up a lot if you've got a lot of branding that you've created over in Canva. Now you have all that available to you. What I would like to see is for Canva to allow Flodesk to go over to Canva with the opt-in forms. That is not happening yet, but I do have a couple of hacks for that will be subsequent live streams. And then we've got Squarespace, Wix, that's nice. ThriveCart, a lot of people in the course creation world use ThriveCart, so this is a good thing. ManyChat, that. I haven't wrapped my head fully around that, but I know that it's useful. If you're on like Instagram and they say, DM me with I want that or something, and then all of a sudden they get the link. It's great for lead magnets. If anybody has any more information, we could probably discuss that. But ManyChat does seem good. Interact, I think, is for a lot of people use that for quizzes, and then there's just these things I don't even know. My Marvelous or Hey Marvelous, that's actually a course creation thing. I looked at it. And these other things I don't know. I know Honeybook. Zapier is your all-in-one Swiss knife to connect anything out there. It's not hard to use, but it's always nice that is there. And I wanted to say something else about this up here. Okay, so that this is great. Not everybody gives you an API. So you can create your API. That opens things up. I'm not going to talk about it. It's been so long, I don't even know what API application, yada, 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 interface. I don't know. I should have looked that up, but I've been using APIs forever. But it does open things up. And I plan on trying to play with that further because I am determined to make it easy to get an opt-in form in Canva. So that's the integrations. Real good, real good. Plans and billing. You know about that. Here's your affiliate link. You're not going to make a lot of cash. I mean, nowadays it's almost a decent cut. Fancy drink at Starbucks is almost $19. So it's coffee money. But you can offer them 50% off for their first year, and that's a deal. So I like it because everything is right here for you. You don't have to go out to another, this is the fake application, but you've got everything you need here. Your conversions, how much you're gonna, get, and all that good stuff. A lot of applications like Elementor Page Builder, you actually have to go to a third-party website to get your information and your promotion collateral and everything. So it makes it a little bit, it makes it tough. I always forget. I have to bookmark this site because I'll go, oh my God, where is it? So that makes it nice. You don't have to, go out to another third party. So getting back, so we've got that. Let's go here, set our agenda. Let's see what we can do we've got our account. Let's look at the emails. And I do like that this is just so dang minimal. And it does give you the kind of the impression sometimes that, can that do what I want it to do? But everything's right there. You got your emails, you got your forms, you got your workflows, otherwise known as automations and other applications. You've got your checkouts, your audience, which is your list, and your analytics. So I am just looking here just real quick to see. Okay, we don't have any questions yet, but feel free. So let's create an email. And I'm going to tell you all the caveats of this application. First of all, everything is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Your forms are wonderfully gorgeous. They've spent a lot of time with their forms. So that being said, they do have them, you can share news, welcome, make money, say thanks, inspire, blah, 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 or start from scratch. I am going to do a welcome. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to look at this real quick. Okay. So customize it. Simple as pie. You get in here. Okay. You're going to add an image. All right. You can add an image from your computer. You can go straight out to Unsplash. Another little Easter egg there. Was not expecting it. And I just purchased a year of premium Unsplash for $85. I thought that was incredibly cheap. So if you are into trying to get your stock images, and if you notice, most of the places now do have a premium section, and they kind of limit what they're giving away for free. So that's just an aside. Unsplash does have a special going on right now, but I thought that was great. And then again, you can go straight over to Canva and pull in whatever image or design you have over there. You're not going to be able, I am going to clarify that you can't pull an image straight from Canva because that's against their terms and their licenses. You have to have an image in a design. So let me preface that to say you can pull your design over here from Canva, or just upload it from your computer. And we've got overlay effects. Now, this is nice. This is really nice because not every, this is the first application that I have seen. Okay, now I'm curious. Okay, I'm sorry, people. I'm just gonna grab something from, oh God, is it gonna make me, okay, I'm not gonna go to Unsplash. Let me go to Canva. Oh, this isn't even mine. Hold on. I'm really curious. I'm gonna go to my site. This is me. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is kind of interesting because I'm gonna create a new email. We're gonna go here, customize it. Okay, I'm going to grab an image from where? Just give me an image. Give me an image. Okay, I do believe my Canva is hooked up. Oh, it might not be. Oh, well. Oh, okay. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to grab that because that looks stupid. The other things were websites, so I didn't want to do that. I guess I could, okay. Of course, that's not going to go there. What I am looking at, though, is, oh, I could zoom. Most places would not give you that. I'm kind of curious. Oh, more Easter eggs than I thought. So if I wanted an overlay, what would I do here? I just put a blue overlay. And then, is this doing what I want? Oh, it is. It is. Okay, so that's neat in a way because sometimes you do want overlays over your images. So that's a handy dandy little feature there. I'm not using it as well as it could be. Let me see. Let's go next. Who's this? And then you're just going to go in. So we didn't really edit it that well, but you're going to go through here and continue. You're going to go, you got your subject line, your preview text. That's always nice. And then you're going to go straight to publish it. Now let's go to, and that's easy peasy, So now I'm not going to go over to checkouts because all it does is say go and hook up your what is it called, Stripe account, which I haven't. One thing I was very impressed. Let's do this. I will spend a minute over here because these are basically sales pages, and they do have subscriptions. They say that's new. You can have a course membership, and I'm not. Let's think about this, and if there's any questions or anybody has anything to add to this. So, would you create your sales page in Flodesk, but if you were doing a course, and then the course was built in, say, Kajabi? In Kajabi's case, is an all-in-one. You would not need to build your landing page elsewhere. In some of the course creation applications, the sales pages are so freaking limited that you just don't get what you want. And I'm going to click on this for details. This is basically a sales page. And what was curious, this is the only part of the app where you can, okay, am I customize it? I'm sorry. Okay, so this has more opportunity. You can add a block, get all this stuff here. Let's see, you could get your testimonials, your galleries, your lists. You can add videos. Pricing is new. So that's a darn nice looking sales page. Let me tell you, if you're taking Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy, this is very close to her structure that she says you need all these parts, but because you can add blocks, you could make it exactly how she does her sales page, because her sales page is really rather long. But like I say, it's another Easter egg. It's another little gem. I did not see this coming. And what do we have for the setup? So this is nice. Okay, people. So we're saying we're going to have this membership. It's $39 a month. Or you could do it quarterly, or you could do it annually. Okay, that's recurring. Or you could do it one time. That is a lot of options. I don't see those options anywhere else. You got it on sale, make it free. You always like to make things free. Limited quantity. There's a lot of options here. Set an end date. Then again, you can upload that would be your image that you would be using to promote it. You've got upsells. Looks like that's an easy thing to do. Got nice options. You can put it on sale. Okay, you got your description. Okay. I mean, you can trick that out. Contact. Okay. Going through here, we got contacts. Okay. Oh, and then you're gonna put your testimonials here, and then they're probably gonna propagate over on the landing page. You got discounts. Not everybody has discounts. You can make your promo code, and then advanced. What do we get in advanced? We can edit the checkout link. We can edit our Flodesk handle. Use Flodesk handle for this page. Okay, I'm not sure that was so advanced, but that's what they called it. But I was real pleased. I can see this if you're selling something, I can see this being extremely handy. And like I say, I didn't expect them to be this great. So there's not that many, but because you have that entire, it's basically an entire website builder, web page builder over there. You can just, like I say, you can trick it out. You can make it your own. So that is checkouts. In here, finally we go to audience. So I don't have that many here. We're going to go over here. Okay, so I want to go to audience, and I will speak on this a little bit. Now, Flodesk uses lists, and as opposed to lists, which I think I have developed, seems like Sally sells seashells at the seashore. That's hard for me to say. I remember when they thought I needed speech back in the day. And I had to say that in the hallway. Oh my God. I was like, no, you're not putting me in that special class. I'm not. So I was determined I was going to say it, and I did not lisp. But neither here nor there, people. Back to all subscribers. Okay, so Flodesk uses lists. And there's another option that a lot of email service providers use, that's tags. With tags, you have one master list, one master segment of all your subscribers, and then you tag those subscribers with their activity, whether it be you'd have a tag for downloaded ABC lead magnet, you'd have a tag for you'd probably have a tag for if they purchased a customer tag, what they purchased. You can have tags are what your user is doing, how it's interacting with you, how they're interacting with you. Lists traditionally were constant contacts. Some of the older ESPs used lists, and they would, especially constant contact, I remember. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry for digging on constant contact, but I just remember people were upset because if a user ended up in, 2 or 3 different lists, they were counted as 2 or 3 different contacts, which when you start getting a lot of people, that adds up, and it makes you go to the higher tier of how many people you have, because you could, in essence, you could have one contact be in 10 segments on 10 different lists, and constant contact would think that was 10 people, 10 different people. Flodesk, on the other hand, says no, that's not how they do it. Everybody sits in all customers, but you segment them into behavior. So I have this, okay, lead magnet download. You would make that as a everybody that downloads your lead magnet, you would tell the system to put them in the lead magnet download segment. And you would keep adding things like that. And one thing I like about, okay, if you add a new segment, you can make them little playful colors. Second segment, we'll say. Second segment. And just keep on going. And I like that they're different colors. It's just kind of fun, Let's see what that does. I'm not sure what this does. It doesn't seem to do anything. I'm not sure. Oh, that's because I see. You can also have them in lists in case you have a lot. Look at them real quick. Okay, so this is your segments. Flodesk guarantees that if they're in there, if they're in all segments, if they're in all subscribers, they can be in more than one segment, but they'll still be considered as one subscriber, which to me brings this back to basically the segments, the lists are tags. So it's just a semantic way to look at things. But this makes it very easy. And then we'll go into, from here, we're going to go into workflows. I know that I had workflows before audience, but we went over to audience. We made a little segment, and we are going to go over here. We're going to make a new workflow. And Flodesk calls them workflows. A lot of places call them automations. Same thing. One thing I like about Flodesk that I don't see being done in other email service providers, you've got a welcome segment. Let's see what that does. So, let's go to delivers a freebie. Okay, so you can click here. You can change this up as best you want. But so this is lead magnet delivery, and they tell you exactly what it is. An email marketing classic offers a offer a free bit of content, blah, 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 blah. It tells you what it's going to do. I like everywhere you go, they have your mobile option there too. You can just click and see how things are looking. But let's see, we're going to customize it. And lead magnet, this is so easy, and it's a lot easier than a lot of a lot of applications. So you got your lead magnet delivery begins when, this would be when they either are added to a segment. Normally this is going to be when they subscribe through a form, and you would already have your form created, and this is where you would see your form in the drop down. That would be the trigger. And then you come down here. This has no delay, but you want to edit. This is the first thing that they get after they complete the form, and they just give you, little text that kind of helps because everybody loves a freebie. That's kind of cute. And now the fun starts, right? So they give you little, options to, get your juices flowing. You're not just, they love the Instagram widget, don't they? So it makes it real easy because you're not starting with a blank slate. So if I go back, and so we've got the delivery. Now here they're saying they're going to exit. What I've done in mine is, if you click on that plus sign, these are the things that you can do. You can send them an email immediately. You can give them a time delay. And I usually give them a time delay 1 day. And then I would add another email. Maybe not 1 day. Maybe I'd wait a couple of days and then send another email saying, hey, did you have a chance to, look over my my lead, you don't call it a lead magnet, but not to the front facing world, but did you have a chance to look at my the download I sent you? My mind went blank. Did you have a chance to look it over? What'd you think? I know that, life gets in the way. If you haven't had a chance to look at it or download it, here's that link again. So you give them a couple opportunities to get that freebie. Now you can also, you have time delays. This is nice. This is extremely powerful because for an application that's so minimalist, it is nice that they do have the um, if then else. So if it's a yes, people, whatever this condition was, what's the condition? Did they click on anything? Maybe yes, they clicked on something in the email. No, they didn't click on something in the email. And then you would not exit them, but you would give them another opportunity to, subscribers will complete this. Oh no, let me see, let me take that out. Yes, delete. Do I have an option to, okay, we will work on that a little bit. Oh, choose condition. Okay, so you do have these are the conditions. Subscriber is in segment. They opened the workflow email. Subscriber has clicked the link, so you'd have a yes no. That's where the yes no comes in. So if they said yes, then you get all these other conditions. You could have another condition, or these are nice link actions. Link actions, you're going to choose the action over here. I know this is getting a little deeper. So you can add subscribers to a segment, or you can remove subscribers from a segment. And that's very nice because sometimes you have a segment that you don't want them to go through again, like the nurture segment. After they do that, you want them to get out of there, and you may want to move them to another segment. So then you've got your publish. I think that it's pretty and it's functional, and I like that. So that is how you would segment your list as it grows, and interact with your list with all these workflows. And another gem, Easter egg, is the folders. Again, the price, worth the price of admission. I tell you, Infusionsoft doesn't have folders. ActiveCampaign doesn't have folders. MailChimp doesn't have folders. I could go on and on and on. There are no folders. There are no organizations. Once you get your automations going, I mean, I'm back on my whatever. I'm preaching. I'm back in the pulpit. Nobody has folders. MailChimp, just once you get a lot of automations, once you get a lot of emails going out and you've got different lead magnets, going here, going there, and you don't have folders, you don't have any way to organize it. Most of the places, especially Infusionsoft did it a long time ago. I haven't looked at Infusionsoft lately, but MailChimp is still doing it. Just puts them all down in one list of, these are your automations, and they don't come in any rhyme and reason. Maybe you can sort them by alphabetical, but it doesn't help you. At least here, I may have a workflow that lead magnet workflow. So I don't want to always see that workflow when I come in here. I can put it in a folder and say, this is my lead magnet folder. All my lead magnets are going to go in this folder. Then I can subsequently do the normal sorting, A to Z, Z to A, blah, 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 modified. But I just think that folders really make things easier, really keep you much more organized. You can do it in any of the things. You can do it in the emails, and you got folders in the emails and folders in the forms. Once you get over here, okay, that's because I am zoomed in. Okay, but you can do it anywhere. You got folders here, you got folders there, you got folders. So very good organization. I like that a lot. So let's see. Is that about it? I mean, analytics. Analytics is good. I think, subscribers at a glance. Are we going to get, okay, so subscriber insights are 3 steps away. Manage your subscribers, because I don't have anything in here. Let me see what I have over here. And I just imported these guys over here, so my analytics are not doing anything but subscribers at a glance. Let's see. Takes a minute, blah, blah, blah. I'm being real transparent. You can see I just did this, but I am just so amazed at what this is doing. So I should probably not show you my email list. That's not good. But anyway, there we go. There we have it. If there's any questions, I'd love to take some questions. And if not, I think that we are at time. Okay, so I ran through that a little quicker than I thought I was. Because the first time I did it, it took a long time. So I'm sorry. Oh, I had somebody, I'm trying to get better at this. So somebody said, don't put your hands on your face. And I have to remember that. Okay. So I'm trying to be professional. So thank you for coming. I hope that this sheds some light on an email service provider that may not ensue with the frustration that you're used to. I don't want you to be frozen in, I can't get my email list grown because I can't use the tool. That doesn't make sense. If you get stuck, if you've gone with Kit, if you've gone with Kajabi, if you've gone with MailChimp, if you've gone with any of these other ones, reach out. If you're stuck, I can help you. I have used Kit. I have used Kajabi. I have used all of them. And I'm telling you, any email service provider that lights me up and I can say that was delightful, they've done their job. they've really done their job. So I'm going to let everybody go back to their normally scheduled Saturday. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. It's beautiful here in central Ohio. The leaves aren't changing as much, but I hear up north they're changing. So that would be nice if people were taking, little drives and getting out to nature. So thanks for attending. Love y'all. And we got this little outro. Bye bye.